Greetings, humans. I'm Andy, and I'm George, and welcome back to the Windmill Full of Corpses. We are here with the two, the only, the fabulous Joey de Boer. I hope that's not an absolutely terrible butchering of your Dutch name.
You
And
did good.
yeah, I mean, I've been living in the Netherlands for over 2 years now, so I catch some stuff. And David Pear,
Awesome.
vocalist and drummer of Dear Mother.
Yeah,
That's right. I'm vocalist and the drummer of Dear Mother, and Joey is there to be pretty.
Yes, I pretend to be the drummer, but I'm not. That's basically what's going on.
100%.
There are a lot of secrets making their way on camera here.
It's all David.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thanks so much for your time. We're really happy to have you here. So to start off, I want to ask you some things about how the band started existing, basically. So how did you get the idea to actually start Dear Mother, and why did you feel you wanted to do that?
Well, actually, Merel got the idea. She was I played with her in the death metal band called Pierce of Pain, and then later I joined Delane, obviously with Merel as well. So at one point she was jamming to this Dayshell song, and she was feeling really inspired. And of course, we didn't write for Delane, so
I guess.
So she wanted to start her own band again with me, and she was jamming along to a song, and it was she was really inspired, and sent me a WhatsApp like, "Yo, dude, we should totally write some songs and start a new project." And that project, like along the way, basically started going to feel like a band. And then we needed a vocalist after writing like 8 songs. And that's where David came in.
And that's what I came in. So they put a post on Pornhub. So Joey put pictures of his feet, and I basically clicked on it completely by accident. And there was a small writing that they're looking for a singer. So I was like, oh, might as well just apply, And this is how it is, guys. It's complete true, and this is the first time we're actually revealing it.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not gonna deny it. It's all true.
Okay, bro. I think we have some competition with who's the most ridiculous character here, because on the Windmill we try to just be hilarious all the time, and now I just feel dwarfed.
No.
Okay. So since David might not be here till the end, I think we should probably start with some David questions. Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
So, the thing I was really curious to ask you about, apart from how did you become such brilliant of a vocalist, is how did you become such brilliant of a video creator, and how did you get inspired to create all these videos, and what was your idea for each one?
Well, okay, thank you very much for the question. It's actually a wonderful question, and especially it's the first time I've been asked that. And I don't know if you guys remember, there was a guy whose name was Casey Neistat. So I was very, very much obsessed with Casey Neistat, and I really liked the way that he was thinking, and he was creating one video a day, every day. And in this time and space, I was sort of like needing something like that. I really like the notion of creating a story every day, creating some sort of art. And music, somehow takes longer than a day. So for me, it was creating a video every day. So I sort of like followed his footsteps in this regard. And then when I was going on tours and things like that, I was recording and creating those small stories, and then the case of vlogs and things like that, and sort of sticked with me because it was the best way for me to present my voice was just through the camera lens, and sort of I love visual capturing the moment in time, and I think that's the most pure form of that. Same as in the album, but I think like creating an album, and a music album, a rock album, whatever album, is capturing us also almost like having a conversation with a therapist. So it's something that you don't even predict that's happening in your brain, whilst visually capturing something visually is as bland as it possibly can be. So it's like it's there, boom, in your face. So I guess that's when my beginnings started, and so I fell in love with videography, and here I am now. Whee!
Awesome.
Hopefully, that's yes.
And how did you get inspiration for the videos? How did you get the idea, and if possible, what's the story behind each one?
The story behind each one is so we started 12 Years in Exile. So that was very, very clear vision, because I wanted something very crisp, very beautiful that shows us. And we had connections, let's say, to places that we could have accessed much easier than. So we just found a beautiful place, and we placed someone as beautiful as Merel and as Joey, and we just pointed the camera at them, which was the best, sort of the easiest way. We are fighting a couple of like production issues, such as we had a very minimal gear that we had to use for such things. So for me, it was teaching Frank, our
our everything guy.
Yeah, about everything about videography in the 5 minutes, and he's done a great job, actually. So I must say. So there was sort of that. I think the most for satellite, it was again, I was trying to capture a story of again, my partner's father, who was suffering with alcohol addiction. So I was trying to captivate that sort of that the grittiness, and that you know this very, very dark moments in your life, trying to overcome them and become a better person. And it was sort of that sort of going towards that.
I had to look back and realize that I kind of destroyed everything good for me that I had going.
I'm Janet, and I'm an alcoholic.
Within the sun, the soul, you might still find.
So from Soul for Hire, we had incredible Kyla, who was in the charge of the entire story for the thing. So we were sort of co-collaborating with her, and we had a story on the top of story that we wanted to tell. So if you saw for her any visuals, it's a heartbreaking story, very easily, very straightforwardly. When you visually see it, it can be a story about loads of overcoming and loads of misunderstandings in this regard. So with visuals, we are trying to accomplish something completely else that is written into a song. So yeah, that's in the easiest way possible said that.
And I'm never sure you won't remember.
And obviously with Symbiose, which is I think many people's favorites, I wanted to go overboard and capture the grittiness of something pure, extremely pure, with a this twist of like discomfort. So that's why I had an idea, which I didn't actually consult with any of the band members, to have like those 90s and 80s commercials that I grew up watching, because they were so over the top, so overly like enthusiastic. Yay, we love this. This is the best drink ever. This is the best whatever ever. And I remember just watching it, like always seeing it as a kid, even being like, this is like unreal. And I love that energy from them. And like when you put like those mouth singing lyrics of Symbiose with something that matches the sort of like evilness within, it just switches the switch so rapidly, that I sort of always wanted to experiment with that, just like the craziness within that music video. So the guys were crazy enough to let me completely do whatever I want. It was their biggest mistake, and I'm super happy that they've done that.
Yeah, that was really cool. And the video for Symbiose is so weird. It's like funny and hilarious and creepy at the same time. And I would like to say job done, because my mom is actually really creeped out of that video every time I play it.
Thank you, George. Awesome. I really appreciate that.
We have just one more David question, and then we have more general stuff, which is basically about Kayla that you worked with on Assault for Hire. So how did you come in contact?
Very good question. We looked on many websites. We put out an ad, and there was a couple of very, very talented graphic designers that responded to us, because I didn't want to have a 3D designer or animator. I just wanted to animate it myself, and I had a vision for it because I wanted just to be as much comicsy as possible. So there was a couple of designers that responded to us, and a couple of that I was like very impressed by. But when I saw Kayla's art, I was like, that's it. That's exactly it. That's what I have in my mind. And again, thanks to Frank and things like that, we contacted Kayla and said, like, these are our intentions, and would you be interested in working for the video? And she was kind enough to say yes.
That's awesome. So a couple of websites. Was any of those websites Pornhub?
Yeah, those are all Pornhub. That's all we advertise on. So
okay.
Yes, I can confirm.
Obviously, sorry, George. What else would it be?
I mean, yeah, there is actually a shot of the Pornhub logo in Symbiose in the video.
Exactly.
Oh, there is, yes, in like the Teletubby.
Yeah, on the Teletubbies monitor in the middle. So we had to do some sort of deals to sort of seal it. But that's the way we have to roll.
It is with the greatest sorrow that we make the following announcement. The king, who retired to rest last night in his usual health, passed peacefully away in his sleep.
Yeah, because Pornhub pays for everything, basically.
Because Pornhub pays for Dear Mother, yes. I mean, that's what we call Dear Mother, by the way. It's
my God.
Let's not go into it, but it's for real.
Okay.
Dear MILF.
I do apologize for all the younger viewers of this channel, and I will not open my mouth and mention Pornhub ever again.
Well, it was my fault this time, so I'll shut up too. We probably will have some monetization issues, but it's fine.
Andre and me haven't touched on that yet.
I'm so sorry.
That's what she said.
My God. Okay, yeah. I am keeping my mouth on the zip.
Okay, switching gears, now I want to actually get into this baby. So,
yes.
First thing I want to ask you is, this was your first time creating an album. So, what was it like creating it? Like composing and recording and everything? Was it a smooth sailing? Was it all bumpy road? What was the experience like?
Should I start, Joey?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. You start.
So yeah, the album was recorded. So majority of songs, Merel, because she was in Netherlands, she was majorly working with Joey on majority of the album, and they had already like many melodies and parts already in place. So, and I was over in London, so she was they were sending me like pre-made tracks that I was singing on top of. So I had obviously all the liberty to chop them the way I wanted to. So many songs sort of ended up in completely different structures, and choruses became verses, etc. But I had the way I was working was the song's been sent to me. I've done my worst on it, chopped it in my own way, sent it over across to Merel. She's done her worst, sent it back to me. I usually done like last adjustments, and then Merel has done like a last post-production ka-chank. It's all done. So from the writing perspective, it was the easiest written music in my entire life.
Wow.
Because it went on so well, and with Merel and Joey, we understood each other very, very easily, because I just could have been myself, and they completely understood my voice, my lyrics, the way I was singing, like the craziness within the singing I could have, and they were never sort of stopping me from exploring it. There was, we had issues like, oh, let's make a chorus more catchy, let's make a verse more separated or whatever, but there was never an issue with any of my creativeness thinking. Thanks to that, like songs as crazy as 12 Years or So For High could have been born, because I was like, well, I want to explore this, like I want to sing like that, and just like, you can't stop me, and there was never stopping. So it's the most beautifully written album in my mind, because I just could do whatever I want, and I love the music I was writing on top, and I love everything that I had to change. I completely understood from the band, and everything they had to change, they completely understood from me. Apart from, and just there's this double kick in Vertigo.
Yeah, the blast beat.
Blast beat that I requested not to have, and Merel and Joey, in spite of me, just put that blast beat in there, and that's why I'm leaving Dear Mother. Put it on the thumbnail. This is it. It's over. I had enough.
Okay, that actually solves an issue, because sometimes it's hard to be creative with what to do with the thumbnail. So David Pear leaving Dear Mother, that's settled.
Is David Pear leaving Dear Mother?
On that note,
you can put my face like already like this, so you can thumbnail it. Me being angry, so that's it.
Okay, so what I want to say on that note is, it is one of my religious beliefs that if you add a blast beat to a song, it gets better. So I'm with Joey on this one. Me too.
Thank you.
No offense.
Thing actually with the blast beat is, if we were recording the song again, I would not put it in. Only at the end. Like I like the end one. That's a cool one. And the first one was just to get a David.
That's a cool one, yes. And I never had a problem with that one. The first one was not, doesn't have to be there.
No, thing is, we didn't prepare that in the studio. I like the way I work when recording songs is I have like loads of ideas.
Am I chopping off again?
No.
Kind of.
Oh my God.
I feel like we have latency, but that's okay. I'm going to talk now. So the way I work in the studio is I have lots of different ideas I want to try, and the blast beat wasn't actually one of them. It just happened in the moment, and then we were like, "Whoa, David would hate this. Let's do it." Because at that point, the drums, like we recorded like 3 songs. I think An Eye for an Eye, Vertigo, and another one. I can't remember the last one. Like for demos, just to get it to find Satellite. Our sound and Satellite, yes. So with Vertigo, it was just for demoing. So I was going crazy and doing a blast beat and kind of like pranking David in some sort of way. And then actually, when we were gonna record the album, we just left the drums of Vertigo and An Eye for an Eye, and I think I redid Satellite. And then it was just like, yeah, let's have it stay this way. But if I was going to record Vertigo again, I wouldn't do the blast beat in the intro. I would do some other thing, I think. But it was just to get back at David, and it's on the album now, so that's cool. It's a fun story.
It's really awesome, and it also goes to show that wanting to annoy your bandmates is a really effective composing and recording approach.
Yeah, definitely.
No, guys, I have to run away. But so please abuse Joey as much as you can.
Oh my
I'm
God.
doing, yes. Am I cutting again?
No,
No.
no, you're just saying rude things about me. So that
No,
was my
yeah, no, I'm
reaction.
just saying abusing in the most, yeah, actually in the most abusive way, please. But
Yes.
Andre and George, thank you so much for all your beautiful videos. And it's literally every time I'm watching them, it's making me so happy. And you guys have the best reactions ever. And thank you for your incredible work. That's what I want to say.
Well, thank you very much also for taking the time to talk with us and for making the thing. We are very grateful for the thing, and yeah, we will hopefully see you live some point and in person, and that would be great. I do have a ticket for the show in Utrecht.
Yes. Awesome.
That's right. We can't wait to see you and touch you and touch your hair. Gonna be the best.
Okay.
Okay, guys. I'm not entirely sure if you can hear me, so I'm saying goodbye to all the viewers.
We can hear
Please
you.
like and subscribe, hit the bell button, and stay awesome. If you're not subscribed, you will have a dead leg soon. Yeah.
Yes.
So take that. Thanks.
Awesome. Hey, see
Okay,
you later,
guys.
man.
Bye bye. Speak soon.
Okay. Yes. So next thing I want to ask you is, how did you actually choose the singles and in what order you were going to release them?
Ooh, no, we actually like of course we had the 13 songs with Wildfire included, and we were just like first we were looking for a first song, of course. So we were like, we need to present the band and yeah, just be like, this is us. And what song of the 13 songs has like everything in it from the other 12 songs and just is the perfect kick in your face, heavy stuff, catchy chorus, just everything, heavy riffs, good songwriting. And I think it was unanimously that we chose 12 Years for that, because it was like, it's also like the most liked song, I think, overall. Like Symbiosis is the most played on Spotify, and Satellite's kind of like the most the song you can connect with the most. But 12 Years is just a hit in your face and a cool story, and it's just, and that's why we chose to just do a big place where you can see us playing, just to be like, yo, this is Dear Mother, here we are, world. So that was like 12 Years, and with Symbiosis, which was the second one, we were like, can we be even louder than the first one? Like, just try to blow everyone away even more. So we were looking at each song like, okay, 12 Years did super good. We were super happy, and we were like, yeah, so they are ready for Symbiosis. Awesome. And then I think we did Satellite, and it was like, let's take it a step back. And it was like, the story is so beautiful, we had to do a music video about it. But then we were all in lockdown, so we had to record it ourselves at home, and it turned out fine. But it gave us all some trouble, because David was actually directing us through the phone, like, yo, dude, you should put your TV on because it looks strange and shit. So that was Satellite. And then from then on, we were just looking song by song. And I think like Invincible was set in stone, that was going to be the next one, because it's just a different taste of what we want to do. So with the singles, we were just like choosing what we thought our fans would want next. And Soul for Hire was just, yeah, the video turned out great. So we were just looking for a fantasy story, like the graphic novel and shit. And then the ones below, when the album hit, was like the perfect song to show you guys our journey, basically, which you were a big part of as well. So we were just like, we have to do a video of the album journey. And that was actually, we felt like it was the perfect song. And I was actually, I knew it was the perfect song to do when I saw your video, because we have the hug at the end, like the photo we're hugging, and you guys recreated that. And I
Yeah.
was like, yes, oh my God, this works perfect. Yes, awesome, cool. And
Yeah.
so yeah, that's kind of like how we chose the order of the songs.
Yeah, I definitely felt it with the ones below, because also with the title and the message, it also seems to be a reference to all the supporters. So
Yes.
it's definitely the family song. So
Definitely.
yeah, and A Soul for Hire is in the meantime probably my favorite, and that's a
Really?
surprise because the whole fuzzy electronic stuff is not my thing as a style in general, but it just works so well in that song. It's like it's an electronic song with gent and metal energy.
Yeah, and that's what we figured too. Like when we did that song, it was going to be a big surprise for us as well. Like, how is it going to work out? Because the demo sounded cool, but I knew like I wanted to have this dragging drum part, and just all of us are being it's being very empty. Like there's not a lot of lyrics. Yeah, what?
Oh no, I just do that by reflex when I have something in my mind. You can
Oh,
finish
sorry.
your...
So there's like very few lyrics. So it's a great one to write the handwritten lyrics for. There's very few drums. Like I only go like double time, like the last 20 seconds or something like that. There's basically no guitar. Like we have this great solo thing in the bridge, but like there's no guitar there. So for us it was a challenge. Like, can we make this work? And when we listened back to it, when we were like doing the mixes, and we all visited the studio to do like the last things and be like, everything is finished. That's when we all looked at each other and be like, yo, this is a masterpiece. And we didn't know it was going to turn out like this when we did it. And it's actually great songwriting by Merel as well, and a very brave decision. Like imagine being a guitar player in a band and doing a song that epic and basically don't play on it. Like only in the bridge, she's doing a couple notes.
Yeah.
That's a very brave decision. Like
Yeah.
that's like the biggest anthem song thing we have, and she's not playing on it. Like that's songwriting. That's putting your ego away and just write the best possible song.
What would she do live with that?
Oh, you're gonna see. It's gonna be very cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I also just want to say, and we'll close with a Soul for Hire, the drum transition into the last chorus, that build up, that is my favorite drum moment in the whole album. It's perfect.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much. Thanks for saying that. Yeah, I love it as well. And it just that's one of the things that I think it wasn't written by Merel, because she's actually very, like, when she writes songs, she basically sends us the thing without vocals, but all the ambience are there, the guitarists are there, and even drums. And I use a lot of her ideas because they are great and they work. And I just give my own twist to them, but the feel is always there. And I think Soul for Hire was one of those songs where I kept the feel the same. But in the end, I think that was me who was in the studio, was like, let's do a double time thing with a and just to finally give what you want to hear from it, because it's so slow and it's so epic. But I felt like we needed it's not really that fast, but the faster part, to just give it a change at the end. And it worked out great. And that's the great thing about Dear Mother as well. Like I tried those things in the studio, and Merel is always completely on board with it. And that's super awesome. Like we have a great dynamic, and that's super cool. So thank you for liking it, because I really like it as well.
Yeah. I was also surprised, and it really hit me. I mean, you saw the reaction. I just wasn't ready for anything like that. And I think that was actually the coolest thing with all the singles, is that every new one was something else. Also on drum moments, I don't think I have to tell you at this point what my favorite drum moment in the album is.
The blast beat.
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah, cool. The little dig at David. Yeah, cool. Thank you guys. That's awesome. And that's a cool thing. Like that, it started as a prank, but let's go back to Soul for Hire for one little moment. Like the great thing about that song, in my opinion, is it also, like I said before, like it really has like 3 or 4 bars of lyrics. It's and David is telling the whole story with that. And we didn't know we could basically do nothing and create an epic song. Because like Symbiosis, it's just a lot of words and just epicness within the fast type of metal shit.
Yeah.
And so with Soul for Hire, we pretty much discovered that we can do anything as long as we're inspired, and that's made us feel very powerful and blessed, basically. So that's super cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. Now that you mentioned the speed contrast, because I was so shocked by kind of the genre approach difference that I didn't even think about tempo, but it almost has like a doom metal tempo. Like it's really slow.
Yeah, and that's a lot of metal guys don't see slow playing as easy playing, because metal is so technical and super fast. But slow playing is actually harder because you need more control and you really need groove to make it work. And with the fast parts, of course, you need precision. And I also really like fast drumming and fast riffs and shit. But you really need a bit of control to nail a slow groove. And I've worked on that a lot when I was young, because I immediately knew that's a skill I needed to have or wanted to have. So that's a cool contrast on the album.
Awesome. Next question. This is one that I kind of know the story of, but for everyone who's watching who might not know it, share us your experience with the crowdfunding.
The crowdfunding. Yeah, so basically we were starting a band and we wanted to record an album, but we didn't have any money. So we started the crowdfunding, and we were actually like of course we didn't know if it was going to be successful or not, because yes, we all have some fans and we knew that this band was going to be cool, but we didn't have anything to show you guys. No video, no song, nothing. So it was a big risk. And we started the crowdfunding, and I think it went off great. Like, we were very impressed with the support. And I think around the same time when COVID hit, like, it just stopped. And we were like at 80% or something, and it just stopped. But correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if we were at 80% for sure. And then we were like, shit, we're not going to make it. And I personally was like, and I completely understand, because there's a pandemic going on. So of course we're not going to make it. And that sucks, because this is like up until that point, we worked for 1.5 years already, and this was the thing we were doing in our lives. So I think Merel then posted the thing with the sad face, and she was like, we're not going to make it, guys. And then that was the first really sign of the Dear Mother family, basically. Everyone stepped up and we made it. And I just remember I think it's still on Facebook. If you haven't seen it, guys, or people watching, you have to go watch it. The video is still up. I think Merel went on Instagram or Facebook Live, like when we were like, and then on her Instagram Live or Facebook Live, we made it. And I called her like 7 times, but she didn't pick up. And then everyone in the chat went ballistic, like, yo, we made it, oh my God. And then she just broke down in tears. And that was like a really beautiful moment. And we were in disbelief, basically, because I think we ended on 126% or something like that. Like, crazy. So we were like, from then on, we didn't only know that we thought it was cool what we were doing, but the fans and the Dear Mother family was really supporting us. And with no songs out yet, or no, like, I think we had some like crappy demos of the songs, like, to give an impression of what we were working on. But compared to the album, it sounds like shit. Like, we were proud of it at that time. But so, yeah, that was really heartwarming and impressive and super cool. Like, it was a really, really cool time to come to, everyone came together, basically. So that was super cool.
Yeah, I think in the crowdfunding, I think I was actually before that last boost. And when it started going down, I was just like, oh, damn, it's not going to happen. So when I found out, it was also quite the quite the changing vibe for me as well. It was like,
Yes.
where did that one come from?
Yeah. So it was super cool, man. Oh, good memories. It feels like a long time ago. It's only 2 years ago, but it feels like ages ago
Yeah,
already.
so much has changed.
Yes.
Well, one thing that hasn't changed is that we haven't stopped jamming it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. No, but guys, really, I really want to talk about you guys for a bit, because like David said, like we all love your channel. And I just remember, I think it was because I sent you the email of we sent you the album, like we were in contact, and we sent you the album, and I sent to you guys like, yo, you have to look in the credits, wink wink. So
We've
then you
seen
guys,
it.
so you did the unboxing video, and I was actually on holiday. I was literally laying on the beach when I saw that video was out of you guys. So I was watching it, like everyone was in the sea snorkeling, spotting sea turtles, and I was like on the beach watching it, waiting for the moment until you guys saw your own name. But you didn't like you didn't see it.
We
You
saw
didn't
it after.
have a clue. So yeah, you saw it after. But it
Yeah,
was
it's
like, yo, man, I had goosebumps like watching that video and watching all your videos basically. Yes, there you guys
it
are.
should be visible there now if it's gonna come on, focus there. It's
Oh,
right there.
focus.
That's
Yes.
us.
Yes.
It's difficult when we film because we do reactions and that's kind of a spontaneous thing, but we're not very spontaneous as people. And then that was a kind of a new style of video. We hadn't done that before. We had written a few things that we wanted to say about the album, and the unboxing was more of a thing to show the people, hey, this is what it looks like. So we didn't really go into it in detail. And we actually had a couple of things that we wanted to say that we missed out. So a lot of things went really south with that video.
I totally can imagine that. But it was, for me, it was like, I remember that moment specifically. Like I was just on a holiday and watching you guys basically and having fun with. So that's the thing. Like you like our album and we really like your videos. Like to me, you are content creators I enjoy. So that's super cool. Like that we like each other basically.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's
it's
super
the best
fun.
sort of connection.
Yes,
Thanks a ton.
Well, you're welcome, guys. You deserve it. You make awesome content. I love it, and it's so pure. And it's like, because like I don't want to diss the people doing reaction videos because I really like it, but there are a lot of standard reaction videos, like if you know what I mean. And you guys are like super original, fun, true. Like I have the I don't know you personally, like other than this and other than your videos, but I have the idea that you guys are totally yourself and just. You are taking it very seriously, but also you're not taking it seriously at all.
Yeah, basically,
say what you hear, having fun together, and the editing is super funny and simplistic, but super well done as well. So I really love that, and it's just I love your style of making videos.
I don't want to dwell on.
And we all do.
I don't want to dwell on talking about myself because that feels self-centered, but I do want to say it's really cool hearing you say that because. It takes probably near 2 hours to do the editing for one video, so we do that every day, and I'm a lot of times thinking, well, does this even make a difference for anyone watching? You know,
it does. It does. Like we all really love it. Like if I can find them, I will send you screenshots of us talking about you guys. Like, yo, have you seen the new video of them? It's really cute. It's really cool. It's really like we literally talk about it. We all love you guys.
Oh, thanks
for
a
real.
ton.
So
we're definitely doing more when you release new stuff. Yes.
Awesome. I hope that's soon.
Next thing I want to ask you is, I just found out, I knew it existed, but I only started looking recently into this thing called the Road to Bulletproof.
Yes.
I knew it existed for a long time. I've been wanting to check it out, but I didn't know what it is. And just yesterday, doing my research for the interview, I was like, okay, I have to find out what this is. So now I know what it is, but he doesn't. So, can you tell us what's the Road to Bulletproof and how did the idea come about?
Okay, so the idea came about that Merel called me up and said like, yo, I want to do like a promo thing for the album where we can like take the fans on a journey with us. And she meant that like not literally. She was like, we should do like a journey to the album and explaining how we did everything. And then I was like, we should literally do a journey. We should do a road trip, hop in the car and visit every spot that's important to their mother. So then we just started brainstorming and be like, so yeah, your place. And I was like, we should give everything like names, like just like a child's movie, and be like, this is the headquarters, and this is like the house of the Mantis, because it's called Mantis Audio, the studio we recorded. So I was like being very childish with it, and I was like, we should draw a map and just do every episode and shit. And that was like, we did that in like 15 minutes. We thought of everything. And then I was like, okay, so I'm going to do a script for everything. And it was actually my first time trying to do a script, because I'm just a drummer, man. I just don't know. So I was like, okay, so in the House of the Mantis, we have to talk about this and this and this and this. And then at Merel's place, called their Mono headquarters, we have to do this. And I live in a very old house, so we called that the Old Castle. And David's place was like Tabasco Palace, because his dog's named Tabasco, and we needed, like, we already had a castle and a headquarters and a house, so we needed a palace basically. So we were just thinking about that, and I was writing the script, and then I think it was David who was like, "Yo, we need Kyla to do the map." So she did that, and David animated it and did the country songs on the theme and shit, and it just came to life basically. We thought of it very quickly, and I spent like 2 nights working on what we should talk about, and like Frank's place is like the marketplace and shit like that. And basically it was all thought of very quickly, and then I realized like, oh shit, we actually need to record all this stuff. And Frank and Merel actually drove to Czech Republic, where David was at that time, to sign the albums and to record his bit of the journey. And then Merel and I had like a week where we did like 3 locations and shit. So it was really funny doing it and hard working, and we were on a really tight schedule, but it was super fun. And it turned out great, and everyone likes it. And that's super fun as well, because it's really, everyone deserves to know. And it was like a fun road. It was a heavy journey. It was basically everything, like creating this album. So we felt like we need to do something special, and this is how we did it. And it's really fun.
Yeah, I basically just took off on the trip now, so I'm still about to experience it all, but I'm really looking forward to it.
I really spoiled everything, did I?
Not really. I don't think you did, because now I have some names and ideas of where we're gonna go. But
I spoiled the places, but not the things we're telling. So it was really cool. Like, we visited everyone we needed to visit, and it was really cool. It was super fun. So if you haven't watched it, I think you can go to our website and sign up for it, or on social media as well. So it's really, it's a fun watch, if I can say so myself.
Okay, so this I'm actually very interested in, which is that the first live shows are coming, and
yes,
you do have a full live lineup. So
yes,
how did you find the guys and decide that they were the right guys to do the thing?
Okay, so actually, Ferry Duizends, Punto, is our guitar player with Merel. And we actually, like, Merel it's one of Merel's best friends. And I toured with him when he was playing with Anneke van Giesbergen with Vuur. And so I knew he was a great guitarist and a really great guy. And it's Merel's best friend. Yes, awesome. So we were actually, like, Merel and I already decided we are going to take Ferry. It was Merel's idea. And I was immediately on board, as I am with most of her ideas, because she has great ideas. And then we just told David, like, yo, we are gonna ask Ferry, and he's great. Just trust us. And he trusted us, and it turned out great. So that's Ferry. And then we were looking for a bass player like forever. It took us a really long time. But at one point I asked, like, my old teacher, Steph Brox, who is the drummer of Textures. I don't know if you guys know Textures.
Yes, they are great.
Of course, yeah. So he's the drummer for Textures, and he's like my old drum teacher and a really good friend, and he's like my mentor in so many ways. And I asked, like, yo, dude, do you know any good bass players? Because like we tried a lot of them, and there are a lot of big names that would nail all of our stuff. But we really don't want like a big name because it's us three is their mother, and it's just it works out great, and we have to find someone who will fit into that group, and we really want just a live band like uh basically for the upcoming release shows, and if it gels for later, but we don't know that yet because we haven't played live. So I asked Steph, like, do you know any good bass players? And he was like, yeah, there's a guy here on the like studying on the Metal Factory. That's the metal school in the Netherlands. And he's 19 years old, really cool guy, super cool bass player. And I got his number, and we invited him. We invited him to play like 2 songs. I think it was Vertigo and Satellite, and he nailed those 2. And we asked him to do audition. His name is Kane van Diepen, and he nailed the audition. And basically within 15 minutes, we told him like, "Yo, dude, yeah, you're our guy for the upcoming release show." So yeah, that's Ferry and Kane. Welcome to the family. And they're gonna do the release shows with us, and it's gonna be
Awesome. That's so cool. He's 19.
Yes.
He's 4
So that's
years
awesome.
younger than us. Way to make us feel like failures.
Yes.
Okay. So then, since that's happened, there's not only a lineup necessary, but you actually need to be able to play. So there have been rehearsals going on.
Yes.
So how have those been progressing? How's the chemistry?
The chemistry is awesome. Like it just like the weird thing is like we already rehearsed only with Ferry, Merel, and me last summer, and that went great. But it was only the 3 of us because David couldn't make it over, and because of the pandemic, and we didn't have a bass player by then. So that went great, but it was only the 3 of us, and basically the 3 of us already knew that it was gonna be awesome playing together because I played with Merel. This is my 3rd band with Merel, and yeah, I know Ferry as well. So next rehearsal, David came over, and we were still like we have to play with in-ears and with the click track and shit like that. So, but we couldn't do that at that rehearsal. We didn't have the stuff. So basically, it was very hard for David to find his notes and just to pitch his vocals, and everything came out of the speakers. So it was like we didn't have a bass player, so it was like bass player through a cab.
Yeah.
And everything, even the click track we had on full blasting through the speakers. So the rehearsal was awesome, but it wasn't really a rehearsal because we couldn't dive into what we were doing, because the only thing you could really hear was the drums. But yeah, you can't rehearse with only hearing the drums well. So the vibe was really good, but wasn't really a rehearsal for us. Like we got through the songs, and we knew that everyone was comfortable with the songs, and it was just good to play together. But only like watching the videos after we knew like, oh, this is good, or oh, it sucks. And so basically last rehearsal with Kane, which was our first rehearsal with Kane, and the first one with in-ears, we discovered that it's gonna be really cool. And it's just clicking, and we had like the chemistry is there, and we are really happy with what we're doing right now. So actually we are rehearsing in 2 weeks again, and then yeah, it's gonna be
Awesome.
cool.
I'm so looking forward to those shows.
Yeah, same.
Okay. I have one more question, and then I think I can wrap this up. We can wrap this up.
Cool.
So since she's not here, I would like to give you the opportunity to badmouth Merel in whatever way you want.
Oh my god. I'm not gonna. I actually want to say some nice things about her.
Oh, that's so
If I
cool.
can.
I anticipated this would happen. You guys are too
No,
decent for us.
the thing is, because David already touched on the songwriting, but and I did as well. But it's actually it's just been a blast to work with David and Merel. It's awesome. And it's sad that she couldn't make it to the interview, but we will make up for it. And I think let's do another one in the future with all of us there, definitely.
Okay.
Okay. First, I want to say she's great. Then again, okay, I need to badmouth her, right?
I mean,
No,
only
no,
if you
no,
really
she's
want
like-
to. If not, we can
Let me think
badmouth her.
about
She's not here.
She's not here. She should have been here. She's a diva. Basically.
Hey, I'm also a diva. In all fairness, probably.
But you're here.
You're a present diva, but in all fairness, probably David is the biggest diva. Yes.
I think so.
Yes. I think the last live stream you did, you had these nicknames and he was like diva somehow.
Divat, it was, I think. Like Diva D or something
Yeah.
like that. Because it's his name reversed.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. No, yeah.
Okay. I think
No,
that's all
there's really nothing to badmouth Merel about. She's the greatest person.
We meant it like a joke, kind of the way we
I
badmouth each
know,
other.
but I'm actually thinking about it, and I can't think of anything. Only thing maybe is she's always late to meetings. She's always like the annoying 4 minutes late, constantly. That's the only thing I can think of right now.
That's not a very Dutch thing to do.
Yeah, you're right. But no, like she's the greatest human being, and she's a kick-ass guitar player, great songwriter, and one of the best bandmates I've ever had, and one of the loveliest person to know.
Yeah, I think we can.
But she's always late, even with the live streams. Oh my god.
Well, she likes to leave the best for last, right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
So. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's everything that we actually had for the camera. Yeah.
Cool.
So
I really want to thank you guys. Like, it's been a blast. Thank you for having us. Like,
thank you for joining.
Yeah, of course.
It's been a pleasure having you, and probably 8 people are gonna watch this video, but they will be the 8 luckiest people that follow the Windmill.
Definitely.
So yeah, thank you very much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'd love to see you back at the Windmill very soon. Corpse is out.
No more blast.
I'm actually gonna keep that because I got what he said. He said no more blast beats.
And the fun thing is that the blast beat is super fast, and he said it in the slowest way possible that I can do, something super fast. That's actually really funny. Can we just mute David at this point?
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward like how it's gonna be in the video, because there are a lot of lags and funny parts there that you can do cool stuff
My
with.
brother will be editing this one, so if it sucks, blame him.
Yeah, I will.